Afternoon, everyone. Jonathan Davis here with Davis Autosports, and we got a gorgeous one for you guys. Absolutely love these trucks. So listen, this is a '06 Suburban 2500 LT Auto Ride, four-wheel drive. You're gonna see this is a beautiful truck. I do wanna let you guys know this is sort of a pre-listing video. We just got this truck out of our reconditioning shop. It's getting ready to go into our service shop, so pay attention to what we're gonna do to it. But this is a Carfax certified guaranteed vehicle, one owner, nearly 50 service records on the Carfax report. This thing's been dealer service since day one, and I guarantee you this is the nicest 2500 Suburban or Yukon you're gonna find on the entire market. We are shooting this in 4K, so if you have the ability to watch it in 4K, please do so. We just have done a ton of cosmetic and interior work to this thing, so I'm going to showcase that in this particular video, talk about what we're going to do in the service part of this build, and then go from there. So the entire exterior, this thing came in incredible condition. We've actually had this truck for a while. We just got finished with it, but it was already in exceptional condition, but it was so nice we wanted to make it even nicer, which is coming out to be nearly a perfect truck. It's truly beautiful. With the paint and body, we either paint corrected each panel, which is a very tedious service to get the factory paint to look as best as possible. There's nothing you're going to be able to do after a paint correction, which is applying different grits of sandpaper with water and buffing and compounds and everything else. And if we couldn't get each panel with the paint correction at least 85 to 95% perfect, then we painted it. And I'll have to check in the system, but I know for a fact there's probably about 4 or 5 panels. I know the trim's been done, but I'm gonna put all that in the listing. We just got it pulled out and I don't have that off the top of my head. But nonetheless, I'm gonna show you every panel. This is a completely loaded up truck as well. Navigation, which is very rare for the year, rear buckets, entertainment, I mean, you name it. The interior, they had lamb wool covers on it since day one, and the seats look brand new. We took these off, painted them. These just always fade. You can look at any Suburban for this generation, just because it's like a rubber material, so we definitely painted those. I know we took off a couple flares, or all the flares, painted those, and just did, I mean, look how straight this truck is. Window moldings, belt moldings are perfect, handles are perfect. So I guess we'll talk about the miles. It has roughly 150 on the odometer and on the truck, but we are getting ready to put a brand spanking new 6.0 engine in it. It has a little bit of wrist pin noise, and that's the last service that we're to do with it, plus some suspension and some brakes. But this thing, when we're done, is essentially gonna be a restored 2500. But I just get so excited about this truck, I can't even show you guys. I'll open up all the doors and all that good stuff to show you guys. But the gloss is incredible. The paint correction gives it a super smooth finish as well. Factory emblem, perfect condition. I mean, look at that tail light. This is an absolute garage kept truck. No rust whatsoever, zero. Look at the bumper. Another common rust area right here. Absolutely perfect. Look at the handle. They do not come this clean. Oh, sorry about the wheels. You don't find these wheels like this. They're always corroded. They're aluminum, so they won't rust up, but they do corrode, have all sorts of issues. I mean, look at the center caps. I mean, this thing is primo. Look up any GM 2500 pickup truck or Suburban and check out the wheels. They will not look like that. They came in great condition. Of course, our all-star department, our reconditioned department, put a full aluminum polish on them as well. Check out the factory original front bumper. Beautiful. No specks of rust, no bubbling. Headlights, grille, everything beautiful. Check out this hood. So what paint correction does as well is, it does a lot of things, but one of the really nice things that it does is it gets rid of factory orange peel. If you're unfamiliar with that, it's they call it orange peel because of the way the skin or the peel of the orange has little dimples in it. And that's the way a lot of clear coats look, which is normal. It's factory, it's what you get. But when you sand it away, it becomes flat, and then you buff it and polish it. So you get reflections like that are absolutely mirror type images, where if it had its factory orange peel, you wouldn't be able to see the detail of those leaves. Now, obviously that tree's far away, so it's not a close reflection, but just look how, I mean, the image is perfect. And that's what you get from wet sanding. It flattens out the clear coat, as well as takes a slight layer of clear coat off, where all your typical slight swirl marks and hazing and all that is. That's why it looks like it's got new paint, because this top layer of clear, it's the first time it's been the top layer. So this has been behind the layer that was on top of it that we sanded away and brought it back to life. I don't think you're gonna find one single door ding or dent on this truck. Once again, the wheels look chrome and they're aluminum. Rockers, inner rockers, outer rockers, front of the rocker, back of the rocker, underneath the rocker, flawless, 100%, zero rust. You buy this truck, we ship it to you in California, Europe, Africa. It has rust on the rockers, we will return it free of charge. I mean, these things have been on here for years. We didn't put these on, and just look at how black and tinted, and the reflection's perfect. Usually these haze up. I mean, all the glass is beautiful. So this is what I was referring to with the images. So glass is obviously going to give you a perfect finish. It doesn't have orange peel, and that's what the paint has. Obviously there's no reflection right there, but even the leaves, the fence, perfect reflection. Side steps, beautiful condition. Tires have a ton of meat on them. Once again, we did remove the trims, paint those as well. If you're a GM person and you want a family SUV that can tow, this is it. There's no doubt about it. Check this out. I'm going to show you every angle. There's not one bubble anywhere. Uh-oh, I'm going to have to get on my guys for that. Let me get on my guys for that. Let's see what ooh. It's definitely on top of the paint because it's coming off. I'll make sure we give a little buff on that. There you go. These flares that are painted on the GM SUVs also fade over time. It's just a common characteristic of them, and obviously if one or two maybe had some, and a lot of times they don't fade because of the sun. It's just wear and tear, it's thinning. GM doesn't paint all of their vehicles together, so these flares, if they're color matched to this truck from the factory, these may get painted at a different plant, a different facility, and then they're brought into the assembly. So not all this stuff gets painted at the same place, and due to that, you know, the paints are done differently, different places, everything else. So once again, aluminum wheel, looks chrome, same thing on the front. All right, so we're gonna tackle it. We are getting dark. I'm shooting this, unfortunately, on my iPhone instead of our big camera, and it is getting dark. It's gonna get grainy on the inside. Let me put the phone down and open up the windows to get some more light in here. I'm I'm gonna open up all the doors too. So if this truck doesn't sell during this sort of pre-listing video, I'm going to do a full, another full video of it, but generally they sell during these listings. Oh yeah, look at that too. Bam, 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 spotless. Bam. Go look at other ones, tell them to pop the tailgate. Look at this area right here. See what they're working with. I mean, if this truck, honestly, if some guy bought it and was a GM nut and just kept it and had 10,000 miles, you would not argue it. I absolutely promise you. You couldn't argue it. I mean, it's like every nook and cranny that you look at this truck is just very, very impressive. Look at the bottom of the doors. Look at that. The rockers, the dog legs. I mean, just everything. These seats were covered with lambskin, thick covers, every single row, the headrest, everything. So any like creasing, that's just like factory creasing, because this leather and does have that from the factory, which that's not to say that it still didn't get sat on. So I'm sure there's some wrinkles or creases from sitting on it. We're a Diamond WeatherTech dealer. Those are brand new. We put them in not to hide anything. The carpets underneath, extremely clean. All the buttons are absolutely perfect. No wear and tear. Heated seats work perfectly. Adjustable pedals work. All the power seats, lumbar work exactly as they should. Steering wheel controls work as they should. Navigation, which is very rare in this truck. Entertainment, sunroof, buckets. AC works great. Four-wheel drive works great. Bose system, tweeters in the pillars. Real deal truck right here. This is so clean. It's so nice. Usually these are cracked. Usually there's vinyl cracking here. I mean, seat belts are spotless. It just doesn't get any better. I mean, look at this. That's all factory grain right there. That's all factory. I wish we had better lighting in here. I mean, it's truly remarkable. How often do you see pockets like that? You don't see that ever. This is an OCD guy. Because if my kids were back here, I tell them, don't put stuff in here. Just put it on the ground. Put it on the floor mats. Put it in your bag. There's nothing worse than those being loose and baggy and everything else. No issues. The speaker grills usually are dented up from getting in and out. I mean, everything is... She's primo, guys. And primo rides like this, they cost. Please spare the Kelly Blue Book value. Ask old Kelly to get you one like this. Brand new WeatherTech liners, and once again, I mean, I'm telling you, the carpets are extremely clean. I mean, we fully detailed the inside. We did a lot of cleaning, and it wasn't dirty, but still, it's a big truck. So headliner, as you see, phenomenal condition. Brand new WeatherTech back here. I mean, carpets are literally perfect. Speaker grills not cracked. Still have the cover. Sorry about us losing light, guys. I mean, look at this thing. Look at the bottom of those doors. Man. So clean. It looks a little dingy only because it's getting grainy, it's getting noisy, which is the term for poor low light footage. But it's very, very impressive in person. So as I mentioned, 6.0, it has roughly 150,000 miles on the whole truck, but over 50 service visits at the GM dealer. So each one of those visits, obviously multiple services were rendered. And that's just what's reported on Carfax. So it probably has been serviced in other places over the course of its life that may not have reported to Carfax. So those are the minimal amount of services this thing has received. When we got this truck in, full disclosure, I've had this truck personally for about a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. And we just did all the work now, but I used it for time to time, and it didn't have a wrist pin noise when we first got it in. And I'm happy since then it developed on us, and we didn't sell it right away. So that is a blessing for us and you guys, because God forbid we sell it without it and then it develop one later, and that wouldn't be good. So we're gonna put the new 6.0 in there. That's gonna be under warranty as well. So you're gonna get a brand new looking truck inside and out with a brand new engine and all the other driveline components, differentials, axles, all that are all in great condition. Transmission is very, very strong. So when this is going to go back into our service department, we're going to do a full inspection of everything underneath. We just wrapped up all the cosmetic stuff, so we're done with that. That's why I'm shooting this video. So I'm going to list this on our website this week. It's today's Thursday. On Monday, you guys don't, so we're May 1st right now, by the way, apologize for that. So the end of the first week of May, I'm going to update the website, davisautosports.com, with all the stuff we're going to do underneath. We're going to service and do everything to brakes, suspension, lines if needed. So make sure to check the website again for the bulletin of all the stuff we are to do. I hope to have this truck completed with all that in the engine by probably June 1st through the 5th. With that said, the truck is for sale now, and you'll know exactly what you're buying when you go to our website and you see what we're going to do. So these trucks move very, very fast. We have sold probably 30 of these 2500 series and the previous generation as well. And obviously, if you're looking at them, you know how sought after they are. And I'm telling you, you're not going to find a better version. You may find one with less miles, doesn't have the service history. It's not going to be in the condition. I've had to pass on these things with, I found them before 40, 50, 60,000 miles, but rusted rockers, rusted rear quarter. I mean, just dogged out, family out for the miles and everything else. And she is the real deal.